Hey everybody! Finally here. Had trouble logging in. I don't know why. The computer thinks it's Monday, not Tuesday. So I don't know if you're going to still show up. Thank you for checking in on me yesterday. I saw that some people saw the post, so you knew I wasn't going to be on yesterday. So hopefully you will come by today. Let me sneeze. Maybe. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Now it's about 4:05. So how am I doing? Well, let's see. I'm doing better. My back is feeling a little bit better. I don't know what was going on with it. Yeah, it's kind of hard back pain, mostly because I don't have a lot of options for what to do other than take medicine, ibuprofen. Um, my back is pretty messed up because of scoliosis, and options like chiropractic and physical therapy. It would be like, I don't know, trying to fill a water glass in the Pacific Ocean. I mean, it just doesn't really move the needle much. So I'm trying to figure out what could be causing the back pain. I don't think it's our bed. I think it's honestly the ergonomics of what I have going on in my office. I've been working a lot on the computer, making graphic designs, and not really doing good ergonomically. I stand a lot when I maybe should be sitting, but sitting is challenging. So yeah, I need to just kind of monitor how I'm feeling and then try to come up with some solutions that are practical. So yeah, that was why yesterday I had been kind of taking it easy over the weekend and got behind, and that's why I wasn't able to stream yesterday. But I have caught up, and I have got not one, but two cupfuls of new questions ready to go. Well, I need to get my beverage, which I'm kind of excited about. So let's see. Other than that, we had a good weekend. Hi, Jack and Donna. Thanks for making it today. I hope you're having a good day. And yeah, it was a pretty chill weekend. We've been staying closer to home. I don't know if you've heard, but the COVID is back on the rise. My sister got it. A couple of my friends have gotten it. Some of Andrew's coworkers have gotten it. And that says to us that there's a high community transmission, and we still do not want to get it. We have not gotten our boosters recently, and I went onto the website today, Stanford Healthcare, that's where we get our healthcare, and they said not available for like 3 months. So that's not good. Well, thank you for the compliments on my sweatshirt. Yeah, this is a Janet Jackson sweatshirt that I got for, we went to see her in concert in May, and it was a lot of fun. I'm a fan. And so I bought this actually on Amazon afterwards. Off her website. That's what I did, because I want to try to really support the artists. Not that they need it, but I don't want to really buy third party. So I bought this after the fact, and I love it. It's very cozy and fits well. So back to our quiet weekend. So, for example, we did grocery pickup. We didn't go shopping in the store. And just kind of, I would say we have 3 tiers of precautions that we live by still. We still mask in public. That's always been a thing. And then 2 is kind of restricting what we consider public access, like, shopping and things like that. And then 3rd level is really not seeing anyone, even family or, anybody. But we haven't done that level 3 in a long time. And hopefully we won't need to get back to that. But we are kind of now back to level 2. So hopefully, Andrew and I are both, how to say this, we accept the fact that one day, because COVID's not going anywhere, that we may catch it. But I don't like to be sick at all, period, even with a cold. And so if we can do minor things to help make sure that we can stay healthy, then that's what we're going to do. But we are aware we don't live in a vacuum, and there are certain concessions that we will maybe be forced to make in the future. But we haven't had to cross that bridge yet. So with all that rambling, let me go ahead and choose a question. Now, I wrote these up over the weekend, so they're kind of fresh, but hopefully they can be a good discussion point anyway. So I'm going to pick out of here my Snoopy mug. Let's see. We have all one color this time. I just grabbed a yellow sticky Post-it notepad. And depending on the question, I might answer one or maybe two. Okay. So this one is, what movie deserves a sequel? What movie deserves a sequel? Well, I do love movies. Do love pop culture. I love the genres that I stick to, which are mostly rom-coms, comedies, and documentaries. And I will say I've lucked out with the sequels I have seen. Like, I liked the Top Gun sequel. I don't know if you'd consider You Got Mail a sequel to Sleepless in Seattle. It was two totally different storylines, but it still had Meg Ryan and oh my god, who's the dude? How am I forgetting his name? If you're in the Jack or Don in the comments, who was he's a super famous actor, was in Philadelphia, Sleepless in Seattle. Tom Hanks. That's it. So both movies had Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, but they were both romantic comedies. I loved all the Toy Story movies. Those were sequels. But I'd say for a movie that didn't get a sequel, that needed one. Okay, here's one potentially. It's going to go way back. And it's probably a movie that a lot of people haven't seen, but I liked at the time. And there was a movie that came out in the 90s with Michelle Pfeiffer called Dangerous Minds. She was a teacher teaching in an inner city school. And I think that could be a good sequel because I think any storyline where you can follow the characters, and since that had like a high school character set, you could see like, well, what did they do after high school? Did they go on to college? How did her inspiring them as a teacher really influence their lives moving forward? So there's that movie. I would have loved to have seen another Chevy Chase Christmas vacation movie. I know they made other sequels of the Vacation line, but I just, I'm starting to think about Christmas. I know, don't come at me. But I just love that movie. So I would love to have seen a sequel to that, because another Christmas movie I love the sequels was Home Alone. Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. The rest, not so much, because they did make more, but not with Macaulay Culkin. So I liked Home Alone 2, and I watch it as much as I watch the original. Yeah. I'll think about it between now and when I get to doing some of the posts on this video, if I think of other movies that were worthy of a sequel. But I want to hear in the comments what you think. If you can think of movies that would have made a good sequel. Yeah. Let me answer one more. Let's see here. Since I didn't come up with a ton of answers on that one. Let's see. What is one thing that most annoys me at restaurants? Okay. This is pretty easy. Screaming children. Screaming children throwing food. I don't like children in general. So when they are acting out at restaurants, I really don't have the patience for it. My parents never allowed that for me and my sister. I'll put it this way, they allowed it once, and we were removed. And when we were old enough to understand, behavior correction, we were told if you do that again, you will not get, X, Y, or Z. And they followed up and they meant it. So, yeah, I just don't understand people who, and I try to have empathy and understanding. Childcare is expensive. Adults do deserve time out among other adults to enjoy food. I get it, but I'm also paying for an experience too. And I don't find that my experience should have to be ruined by a kid having a meltdown, in a section of a restaurant. And really the parents actually doing nothing about it. Just because they've learned how to block it out, right? And I guess that's good. I don't want to see them being abusive to their kids. But I certainly think, okay, asking for the to-go menu, some doggy boxes, and removing yourself is the polite and respectful thing to do. So, I don't have kids. I don't want kids. I'll never have kids. Maybe that's a very elitist and not patient or understanding opinion to have. But it is mine nonetheless. And yeah, that's what really annoys me. So I'm sure there's other things though. And I'd be curious to know what bothers you at restaurants. There's a lot of things to choose from about, maybe staff service or type of food or having to wait too long or, there's other things. But for me, it's kids having a freak out and parents not doing anything about it. So I think those will be the two questions I'll answer today. I hope that you're doing well, and I hope you're going to have a good week. I can't believe it's already almost the end of September. It's like, wow, we're really fully into the fourth quarter, and I am looking forward to it getting cooler. I'm loving that the days of the daylight are getting less. I know some people are like, oh no, it's getting dark, and I'm like, yes. It's a very cozy and hibernating time of year, which I like. And it's hopefully supposed to start raining here. And I'm fine with that too. Because we need a little dust off here in the Bay Area. But yeah, so I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Sorry for the day switch. Like I said, that's not going to become a regular thing. Let's just send me some good vibes and my back continues to feel better and I continue to figure stuff out. And I'll be in the comments until next week. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Take care. Bye for now.